Okay, civil engineering and architecture. We are back. One more video, and then you guys are going to be on your own to do whichever one of the beams that I assigned you. And remember what that assignment entails. We need to load each beam now. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to load the in, interior beam and then tell you how to figure out the loads for these. We kind of went over this in class, but I'm going to do it here. So, if you remember, this is how much. So we're going to go 150 plus 66 equals 216 pounds per square foot. That is how much loading is going on these beams. And we also have to remember that these beams have what we call a tributary. So this beam is going to hold everything 5 feet this way and 5 feet this way because it's interior. The exterior beam is only going to hold everything 5 feet this way, so it's going to hold half as much as an interior beam. The interior girder is going to hold half of the weight of this interior girder here, and half of the weight of this interior beam here, and half of the weight of this interior beam here, half the weight of this interior beam here. An exterior girder is only going to have to hold half of this one and half of this one, so the exterior girder holds half as much as the interior girder. But in order to do that, you have to figure out how much this interior beam holds. So remember, you take the tributary, which essentially is the same thing as the space between beams, and you multiply that by your pounds per square foot, and then you multiply that answer by the length of your beam, and you will get the amount of weight that this beam holds. Now, we don't necessarily know how much of it goes here and how much of it goes here, although this is a uniform, both these are uniform loads. Okay, so because they're both uniform, you know that half of whatever our final answer is going to go to this point, and half of it is going to go to this point. Okay, so let's start. So interior beam equals 216 pounds per square foot times our 10-foot tributary, or our tributary of 10. So 2,160 pounds per linear foot. So for every foot of beam, it's going to hold 2,160 pounds times 24. Okay? Because there are 24 feet in these beams. So 2,160 times 24 equals, so that beam is going to hold 51,840 pounds. Okay? And our interior beam. Okay. So if our exterior beam holds half as much as this, right? Because it has a tributary that's half as big. So this times half is going to be half here, and half here times that is going to be half this, right? So our exterior beam equals 51,840 divided by 2, or times 1/2, however you want to do it. 51,840 divided by 2, and you get 25,920 pounds. Okay, so my interior girder is going to be, remember, this girder carries half of the weight of an interior beam, which is going to be this much, times 4, because it carries half of this one, half of this one, half of this one, and half of this one. So you're going to get my 25,920 here, 25,920 here, here, and here. So really, all we have to do is say interior girder equals 25,920 times 4, right? So that's going to hold 103,680 pounds. And my exterior girder is this number. Remember, they only hold half of 2 instead of half of 4. So it's going to be half as much. So I divided it by 2. So 51,840. Right back to this. So our exterior girder is going to be the same as my interior beam holds because it holds half of 2 of them, which adds up to 1. So my exterior girder and my interior beams hold the same. My exterior beam holds half as much as my interior beam, and my interior girder holds double my interior beam. So those are the numbers. Now remember, when we go through our process to design a beam, we add safety factors to these, and you got to figure out how much goes to each end, which is really easy with a uniform load like we have. But that's what happens. Now, last thing. This is a uniform load, but these girders don't have uniform loads, right? These girders, that'll be a point load. That'll be a point load that'll equal 1 full interior beam's weight, right? So that'll be a point load of 51,840 pounds right there. And that'll be a point load of 51,840 pounds. So these will have uniform loading, the beams, and then this girder will be a point load of 25,920 pounds, 25,920 pounds. Just remember that. So you should be able to, the whole idea here, people, is that you can take these things we've learned. We learned this. We've learned this. You have to be, and some of us are very good at this, and some of us are still struggling with this. You have to be able to take this, understand the process, and apply it when different numbers apply in different situations. That's what education is. That's what knowing it is. It's not just regurgitating it in the same form every time. Okay, having a process matters and helps, but you have to be able to understand it well enough to apply it to these different problems and figure things out. Okay? All right. This is all you're going to get for your assignment. Hopefully that helps. If you need any help, you need to come see me and I will be more than glad to help you. All right.